Today, we got a chance to look at the MCHOSE Ace68 Turbo. And I'm kind of curious because I got the MCHOSE Ace68 right here, so I'm like, what's different? So let's find out. The box is pretty nice. It's pretty sturdy. Let's see, we got RT Smart colorful rhythm light, control knob, super gaming gear. So let's take a look. All right, so off the rip, looks like we get some paperwork. I can't read that. Some stickers. Quick handy guide. I do like these. These are always pretty useful for the FN key combinations. I'm not a big FN key user personally, but oh, this is a rather nice USB Type A to USB Type C cable. It's branded, it says MCHOSE, got some MCHOSE strap on it. MCHOSE. What do you guys think it is? MCHOSE or MCHOSE? It's probably MCHOSE. Keycap switch puller combo tool. And we also get some of these magnetic switches. Interesting, they're a box shape. They feel very light. Not a bad sound. Last but not least, we have the keyboard itself. So, it's got some weight to it. How much does this thing weigh? Like 1350 grams. Definitely on the chunkier side. See right there? Ace68 Turbo. Got a USB-C input on the side. That's on your left side. No adjustable feet. Just got the rubber bit here. It says Young's Choice. So that just means cool, hip with it, pretty much. That's what the research last time showed me. It doesn't actually like mean anything. It's aluminum. Got a button on the side here. Got our little notifiers. I guess that's probably for profiles right there, depending on what profile you're on. Got a little scroll wheel here too. That clicks. It's a satisfying click. It is dripped out in branding. You can see Ace68 Turbo. It is a nice looking keyboard. It is very sleek, very nice looking. But it's also got super gaming gear on the side, which is a bit cheesy in my opinion. This looks like an OEM or a cherry profile. They always are. Is there a bit of any flex at all? So there's no real flex going on here. Very rigid, stiff keyboard. I'm curious if these are north or south facing LEDs. So these look like they're double shot keycaps. Okay. That's definitely like, it's a metal switch plate, so that's like aluminum. I'm guessing, most likely aluminum's cheap, so it's probably that. With a south-facing LED. Magnetic switches, which is always nice. I'm glad the market's kind of heading in that direction. Thank you, Wu-Ting, for doing that. These do not have shine through. These are not shine through keycaps. Let's take a look at the stabilizers. Let's see if the stabilizers are lubed up. So there's a bit of lube in there. Not the most amount of lube I've ever seen, but it's got the rubber gasket on the bottom for sound. And speaking of which, I am curious to see what this thing actually sounds like. So let's do a bit of a sound test, eh? So this is definitely like a clackier sounding keyboard. It's got to be because of the metal switch plate and the aluminum body. It definitely has like a higher pitch timbre to it. In kind of comparison to the... So this is just a standard Ace68. So you can see right here, MCHOSE Ace68. I did a review on this. Check it out if you haven't seen it already. But it's definitely a better sound. Also, what I like to see is this one is clearly like this is a Wu-Tang clone. Like they definitely went for cloning Wu-Tang as closely as possible. This one's a little more original, which I think they copied Metal Geek a little bit with this. I think Metal Geek was the first to do this back bar, but it's definitely, you can see some of the differences. No adjustable feet. The layout is kind of similar. This has the extra side-scrolling button. This has the topography keycaps. These definitely feel more premium, but you can hear the difference. This is, in my opinion, a better sounding keyboard, the 68 Turbo. Doesn't have the mother's basement strap though, so it definitely loses points for that. I want to see what the RGB looks like on this, so let's set that up real quick, see if we can. I'm actually rather impressed with the RGB on this. There's no flickering, so if there's no flickering, that means they're using higher quality LEDs, which is nice. It's very smooth. You can see this must be a profile switch button. Let's take a look at our cheat sheet over here. Yeah, RT switch, so that's how we switch through it. Let's see if we can, lighting adjustments right here. FM plus W for light bar, and light bar's pretty cool, look at that. That's pretty neat. So that's off, and then back to the beginning. Light bar brightness, FN and E, so we can turn it all the way down. So R to go back up, R to go all the way back up. Maximum brightness to show everybody that you're a gamer, of course. Switch light bar, control color, FNA. Honestly, I like the first one it came with. FNT to turn on off your LED on your keyboard. FNY to change the backlight color. I mean, that looks pretty cool. It's like a very ice color. That would probably go really well with the new final mouse right here. Like, look at that. Go watch my video on this if you haven't seen it yet. We can change backlight speed, so you can do all the basic stuff you've been able to do. Now, there's nothing about software here, so if I find software, I'm gonna pause it right now and give you a quick voiceover.
As it turns out, there's both downloadable software and a web UI to use. I found the web UI very responsive and modern. It has everything a gamer's gonna need in order to customize the keyboard. From RGB to rapid trigger settings to snappy tappy and more. This was a very pleasant surprise.
I forgot to mention, because I'm a special guy, this retails between $120 and $140. So that does put it in the, it does put it like at an inexpensive Wu-Tang price if you were looking for something. So it's definitely more on the budget side for keyboards. The switches, Mount Tai Magnetic Switch GT, which I haven't heard of. So, these have a total travel of 3.4 millimeters. It's 35 gram force, which I can kind of tell. They definitely feel like they're lighter. Lifespan 100 million cycles. But it also has the Polaris magnetic switches available, which are very similar. There's like almost no difference between them. They claim 0.001 ultra precision keystroke accuracy, which 16K pulling rate. Guys, Some folks out there are obsessed with speed, and 16K, although impressive, it's not gonna make a difference in anything you do or affect you on any level. Don't let the 16K advertising be the reason why you buy a keyboard. It's literally gonna make no difference in how you perform on your PC. You're not gonna be able to notice a difference. It's just something to sell to you. All right? They say 0.06 milliseconds ultra low latency. So that's between an actuation and the on-screen response. That's not just determinant of the keyboard. There's other factors that go into that. So I would say that's probably, they're testing under optimal conditions. Oh, it has music sync for the light bar? That's pretty cool. I gotta see if that works. Yeah, by default, the knob here adjusts your volume in Windows, push to mute, volume up and down, which just by using it, right here, this side, it gets in the way. So see how I can kind of just like flip down like that? You can't do it with the escape key there. So just minor inconvenience, nothing that makes or breaks it. Okay, so the RT button stands for real-time performance, so you can switch between your real-time performance profiles. They should just call it profile button, but what do I know? Yeah, so again, this is $120 to $140. I'd say that's like a fair price for what you're getting here. I wanna see if the light bar music sync actually, well, but overall, it feels like pretty solid build quality. I'm happy to see a UI. I'm not too big a fan on the scroll wheel placement over here, or the profile button. The profile button I feel like would be best on the side instead of like in the user interface, but that's just my 2 cents. I do like that they're going in a more unique direction instead of just copying Wu-Tang. I mean, it does kind of remind me of Mel Geek a bit. They had something similar. But I'm happy with the higher quality LEDs. If you're somebody looking for a magnetic keyboard that doesn't break the bank, this could be something that's definitely worth checking out. Sound quality is good, it's just not my favorite. I like thok, not necessarily clack, but clack is still cool. You know, everybody's gonna have a different ideal sound profile. Yeah. For $140, if you're looking for something that's budget, that's in a smaller form factor like this, then definitely check it out. As always, I hope you learned something, and until next time, GG.